لسه قدامي حاجة و30. لسه كمل. Okay. Sorry. I'll continue talking about billing module. We, in Bahira company, we have a billing system, but with missing locations of the DO bills. But after using the solution, we have mapping on billing codes, we have integration with billing system, allocate subscribers on map, report with consumptions within a certain period or a certain area, and various geographic and statistical reports for billing and payment. And this is a billing workflow. The fourth module is SCADA module. Before we have SCADA system missing special data, different SCADA systems and weak network, but after using, we have integration with SCADA, allocate readings on map, monitor readings, and trigger with errors. The outcomes of the solution: improves user workflow, operational improvement, instant special data on map, better customer service and earning customer satisfaction as a result of quick response, reduced return visits to the same site, improved the department's communication, improved utilization of resources for day-to-day operation, easy identification of networks that need renewal and replacement with setting priorities, automating the documentary cycle. Now we have a complete solution. Okay, thank you. Okay. Nowadays we have a new solution in another company, in water company, and the case study is in the Malik district with the same solution company, Esri, and this solution is called GeoPortal Water Solution for Water Company. As our new trend and finally, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Mohamed, for the presentation. Everybody knows that GIS is a very important tool in effective management of the utilities, especially if any breakdown happens in the pipeline, so you can allocate it as soon as possible and you send your team to start the repairing of the breakdown. The last speaker, Simon Barakat, his presentation is entitled Capacity Building Exchange through GWOPA. So the floor is yours, Simon, and you have 15 minutes.
Okay. Good day, everybody. During this presentation, I will be sharing with you an experiment that is taking place within our establishment regarding capacity building exchange through GWOPA. I will start with global overview of the study area, explain some challenges we are facing in North Lebanon water establishment, briefly talk about WOP project and the GWOPA, explain also how GWOPA came as support for North Lebanon water establishment, and finally illustrate the action plans that emerged from this support. As everybody knows, Lebanon is a small Arab country on the Mediterranean Sea. It has an area of 10,452 square kilometers. The population is about 4,425,000. Water sector is governed by 4 major establishments: North Lebanon Water Establishment, Beirut and Mount Lebanon Water Establishment, Beqa Water Establishment, and South Lebanon Water Establishment. North Lebanon Water Establishment serves about 950,000 people, distributed on an area of about 2,000 square kilometers. Potable water coverage is 56%, and wastewater networks coverage is 58%. Now, administratively speaking, North Lebanon Water Establishment is mainly constituted of 8 regional branches, plus a main branch called Tripoli's office. We have about 118,000 subscribers. Out of them, 49,000 are metered, and 17,000 connected to wastewater treatment plants. Now, the main challenges facing that the establishment face are mainly non-revenue water. Tarification is lump sum per cubic subscribed meters, which means that if you subscribe per 1 cubic meter per day for household, you pay around $200 per year, regardless of how much is consumed. This means that everybody is going to consume a lot. So overall, non-revenue water is estimated of about 43%, resulting mainly from non-metering and from old networks. What have we done? We have done a lot. We have installed new networks, conducted customer surveys, initiated leak detection, installed customer meters, established pilot DMAs, and started billing of excess consumption. Now, as we said before, Tripoli office is the main branch, so let's illustrate it a little bit. The service in Tripoli is for around 300,000 people within 8 districts. Potable water coverage is about 70%, 7 storage tanks of 55,000 cubic meters. Production is about 100,000 cubic meters per day. Around 57,000 households are connected to the water network, and supply is 24 hours per day. Now, as new networks installed, works mainly were concentrated in Abu Samra region, El Mina, and El Kopi, of a total of about 19,100 subscribers. We also did a pilot DMA in El Mina region. In this region, it has an area of 4 square kilometers at an altitude between 0 to 5 meters, and we installed around 4,200 customer meters in this study area. So also, a sectorial counter was installed at the input of the DMA. Daily remote readings by SMS are received, thus allowing us to have such plots containing both pressure and flow curves. We have installed the new network in the region, so if we do a simple comparison between the old network and the new one, we can see that the distribution main length in the study zone was about 20 kilometers, and on the new network it became 30. Number of house connections was 900, it escalated to 1,500. Supply time hours is still 24, and average pressure was much better. It mounted from 1 to 2 bars, and non-revenue water percentage became 23%, so with a big difference from the old one. Now, the GWOPA project, what are WOPs? A label to be promoted. WOPs stands for Water Operators Partnerships. That is a peer-to-peer exchanges for capacity building on a not-for-profit basis. What global Water Operators Partnerships Alliance is a global platform for WOPs. GWOPA brings together a wide variety of actors and stakeholders from the water sector. The organization is set up to promote and support water operators partnerships worldwide. Alliance members are scattered all around the world. They are a range of organizations working towards the common goal of making water operators partnership happen more often and with greater impact. GWOPA counts among its members utilities and utility associations on all continents, international financial institutions, labor unions, civil society organizations, development partners, and learning institutions. Membership is free and open to all institutions interested in contributing to the work of the Alliance and adhering to its charter. WOPA project conducted by GWOPA. GWOPA services are mainly global coordination and brokering, support to regional WOPs platforms, sharing of good practices and knowledge management, finance linking and fund mobilization, and finally advocacy and promotion of WOPs. As support for North Lebanon water establishment, GWOPA was approached by the establishment to initiate a WOP with a partner from the north. 3 Belgian operators were chosen. For potable water, la Société Wallonne des Eaux, also la Compagnie Intercommunale Liégeoise des Eaux, and for wastewater, la Société Publique de la Gestion de l'Eau. The first diagnosis mission took place on November in Lebanon. It was funded by TAIEX, an EU-funded program aiming to provide technical assistance and information exchange to neighboring countries of the EU. The objective of the mission was to implement short-term action plans based on the priorities identified during diagnosis sessions. 4 days of mutual discussions and presentations took place between North Lebanon Water Establishment and the Belgium organizations. North Lebanon Water Establishment presented different aspects of management in legislative domain, financial domain, organizational domain, technical domain, sanitation domain, and also in communication domain. From its side, SWDE, SEAL, and SPGE explained their operating methods, discussed and understood North Lebanon Water Establishment current situation. At the end of the 5 days mission, a workshop for service improvement action determination was done. It was based on prioritization. It aimed first to select teams. Teams were stated, ranked by achievement, ranked by importance. 4 themes were identified as priority for short-term action plans regarding non-revenue water, human resources, sanitation, and communication. Based on a priority table and discussions, 4 short-term action plans emerged. This is a module of an action plan. In this module, actions were detailed into sub-actions. Focal persons responsible for the execution were determined, and dates were fixed. The action plans were being followed or are being followed with Belgian experts, then updated through electronic emailing, video conferences, mutual missions, and North Lebanon Water Establishment teams are implementing these action plans. A final report was sent to TAIEX. Currently, a mission to Belgium is being prepared for a team of experts from North Lebanon Water Establishment to discuss sanitation urgent issues from short-term sanitation action plan. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Simon. It's good timing. As we know, everybody, non-revenue water is a global issue, and all water utility are suffering of non-revenue water. And this, we need to educate the people. Maybe we start from schools about the importance of the water, and we have to work together, utilities with the household. The floor now open for question for the three presenters, and the floor is yours. We have about 10 minutes. Yeah, please.
One small question to Lina, maybe on the program specifically, whether there was any plan to scale this up. I mean, I assume the replacement of tanks and all the measures that were implemented were useful, but completely paid by the program. So how it is planned for the future?
Yes, this project was completely funded by it's the MCA Jordan is the client, and the funding agency is MCC. It was initiated in the governorate of Zarqa because the MCC investments were focused over there. In terms of the rollout into other governorates, I believe that there are plans and other funding agencies, based on the experience gained from this pilot in Zarqa, are actually thinking of, or like they started working on designing programs, similar programs in northern Jordan with the government of Jordan. I also know that His Excellency, the Minister of Water and Irrigation, is planning to establish a training center for women plumbers and make use of the expertise gained by the women plumbers, the 30 women plumbers in Jordan, and get their experience to roll it out in other governorates in the kingdom. I mean, it was based on the funding that was available, and if other funds are available, of course, we have now gained experience and lessons learned, and we can easily do it in other areas. We know the local context and how we had to deal with the households, how we had to deal with the women, with the men. I didn't say this, but we worked with the women, we worked with men, and this campaign was also extended and reached out to men in madafas, in tribal forums, to children in schools. So we know how to go and go about this type of work, but we need the funds. So, yeah.
Any more questions? Yes, please.
Yes, thank you for all presenters. I'm Jasmine Mansouri from Qatar. Yes, I'm Jasmine Mansouri from Qatar. Thank you for all presenters. My question excuse me? Jasmine Mansouri, Head of Water Loss Section from Kahrama, from Qatar. My question regarding the last presentation with regard to the North Lebanon authorization, with regard after replacing the old